I am very late to this trend. Add ghost. And I'm gonna try not to turn it into like a murder scene because just a random rant, because what would a video of mine be without a random rant? Oil pastels and how they're not my favorite friend. Okay, hello. Maybe someone's watching this and is horrified. Easily distracted that it's over for me. Like stopping to put paint down, done. We're done with the project. Like, see you guys in a little bit, and then I come back 2 days later. So let's check this out. That's disgusting. Look at my little ghost pencil. I don't like him. Okay. I don't like it. And, kicking the camera. Okay. That's what we're here for, guys. We're here for the ghost. We are those people. So our skeletons stay up year-round. I'm going to be a dark fairy. Here, I know I don't know anything, and someone could just say like, hello, why do you keep saying things? But because she looked absolutely gorgeous. Her face was literally closed shut. Hi guys, and welcome back, or welcome to my channel. I am still on a spiral of not feeling very creative. I am trying to figure that out. I feel very uninspired lately. I'm not sure why. So instead of stopping the creating, I am only going to continue. So I'm looking to do more of a transition video this time around to get into the month of October. October, I feel like, is going to jumpstart a lot more of like a creative flow for me. So I am looking forward to that, and I want to get something today done that will transition me into all spooky or fall themed videos for October. So I am very late to this trend, but there has been a trend going around that you take a painting already created, you either thrift it or purchase it, and then you doctor it up. You make it happier, you make it darker themed, you add ghost to it. If you search this, it will pop up. And if you've watched a couple videos back, I showed that I have recently become obsessed with little ghosts. So I thought this was the perfect like fall themed spooky mix to get me into October. So I have this painting that I bought from the Dollar Tree. It's beautiful. This was a $1.25. These are $1.25. They're at the Dollar Tree, and I think you sleep on prints if you don't go check out what they have. I have bought a lot of prints in my office. I'm staring at 5 right now that are beautiful. They didn't cost a lot of money. They're not, I mean, they feel like a canvas. There's nothing that feels cheap or, you know, these are just good prints. They're good prints at the Dollar Tree. They come with the backing, you know, to hang also, which, you know, sometimes you buy a print, you have to frame it or figure out how to hang it. So just in my opinion, I would not sleep if you have a Dollar Tree. Go check out their prints because, like I said, I keep buying them. But I thought this was perfect for this video. I have a few different ones of these, and I also have thrifted one that I will eventually add ghosts to or something spooky to as well. But we are going to take a look at this together. I don't really have a plan. I'm going to obviously add the ghost. I would like to make the trees more fall. There are some, you know, starting points of fall here. And I'm going to try not to turn it into like a murder scene because I tend to take a lot of my art and turn it so dark. So I want to keep this one a little lighter and festive, not so dark. So if you're interested in seeing what I come up with because I have no plan, then let's do this together and stick around. I have on in the background right now like the cutest little foresty fireplace, no, not fireplace, campfire scene. So I've now set, I have my cute fall themed paint towel. I think I found this at the Dollar Tree. And how is this not the cutest thing ever? It's got little fall guys on it, hedgehogs and mushrooms. So I'm trying to like inspire myself to be fall themed, okay? That's how you can get into the swing of things if you're a little stuck. Just some advice. Set up your area where you're happy. And those few little things can help you, you know, like open up your brain a little. I also wanted to show you, a couple videos ago, we painted the hand, and I had showed you this paint that I wasn't sure if I was going to use or not, and I'm almost certain I will use it this time. I tested it on a piece of paper because I wasn't certain if it was like red or pink or what the heck was going on here. But check this out. It is just like a clear sheen, pinkish. It does have like a pink hue to it. I'm sure the camera is not picking up. Where is it? There we go. Look at that. That is gorgeous. So my idea, I do kind of have an idea because when I paint the ghost, I figure once they dry, I could put the sheen over them and they'll be cute and sparkly. So I pulled a couple colors here that I believe I will use. So we're gonna lay those out first. Let's get that started because you can't paint without your paint. Okay, check this out too. This is just a random rant because what would a video of mine be without a random rant? This is one of the paints I purchased at a thrift store. Came in a giant bag. They claim this is white. I hope the camera's picking this up, but it is gray. This is not white. I don't know who claims this is white, but this was the white paint I had for a ghost. I actually have to like try to get some. That's not white. Okay, so this was what I was looking at when I thought, okay, I'm about to paint ghost, and they can be gray. I will add this to highlight it a bit, but I'm going to have to use oil pastel white because that's all I have. Let's test this white. I'm going to put some out anyway because I need it, but oh, my oil paints get so messed up just sitting. Because also a past rant, I've talked about oil pastels and how they're not my favorite friend. But check this out. They are my favorite friend texture-wise, but dry-wise, they're not my favorite friend. Okay, hello? I don't know what happened here. Maybe the person that put this in the thrift bag had added some, I don't know, type of tint to it to make it the gray, and then it was already in the white bottle. That's all I can think of because the difference is night and day there. But I also, like I said, can use the gray because it will just highlight, add some like depth to the ghost. So we need white, probably more than that, but this is why it's so twisted because I have to, there we go. Okay, we got some white, which is oil, like I mentioned. I'm just going to put out some oranges. Here's, a pumpkin orange. Cute. I always waste paint. Maybe someone's watching this and is horrified at the amount of paint I'm putting out. But the worst thing I run into while painting is that I'm like in a flow and working and I look over and I'm out of paint. And maybe this doesn't happen to someone else, but when I stop and like take a breather, even pouring more paint, I am so easily distracted that it's over for me. Like stopping to put paint down done. We're done with the project. Which actually I've said that a lot on this channel because I'll like start a project and be like, see you guys in a little bit. And then I come back 2 days later. So that's just how I live my life. But we're going to try not to do that today. So we have 2 shades of orange, some of this yellow that's so bright. This is where I'm going to try to not annihilate the painting with dark because that yellow like just does something to my soul. That's not a fun color for me. But we can blend it and mix it, you know? And we can just like do and learn new things. This is horrendous, by the way. This had water in it. Okay, here's another thrift story. This was paint that came in that packaging, and I'm guessing they just added water to it. So let's check this out. That's disgusting. But let's see. I might have to use like an oil-based brown. Ooh, that's a pretty color. Let me just grab this basket. We'll have to do a... Do I even own a brown? Here it is. Okay. We'll do this brown and oil also. Oh, that was a lot. See, you can see the evidence of how much paint I use. Like, I will just put it out and then I let it dry up anyway. Let's use this one too. All my paints, this does not look healthy. Oh yeah, that's a good one. Okay, so we have some like browns and yellows. Does this need cleaned? Of course. I'm just gonna throw it back in my basket. We have, okay, red, orange, yellow, brown, black. I have some green here. And I don't know if I'll need this, but we'll just put like a little aside. Okay, here's our color scheme. I'm going to, this is what I tested the glitter with, which you can see. I'll wait for the glitter because I'll have to let that dry anyway before I would add it over top. I'm gonna slide these, my water cup. Oh, I also have this, which I thought was pretty cool. Just this sponge, and it's shaped like a little ghost. Should we cut the ends off there, or should we just use that to blend out? My hands are so sticky from that oil. Okay, let's go for it. Let's get some white. I probably need my smaller brushes too. This is another thing I do. I always start without all my supplies laid out. I just use these. Oops. Alrighty. Now, let's look. Should we sketch this? Look at my little ghost pencil. Let's sketch a little bit. We'll put like a little pumpkin here. Do we need a pumpkin there? Is this showing up? I'll try to get you guys a little closer. A lot of this video is just going to be chatting and messing with stuff. So it'll be like we're hanging out. Okay, there we go. Yeah, there's a little pumpkin. Do a little pumpkin there. How about a little ghost behind, like coming out of that tree behind the pumpkin? Is that cute? Then we'll do maybe we'll do like ghost back here. ghost here. Alright, I'm going to sharpen these a little bit more, so we'll do ghost here. Alright, we like that guy, we like this guy. And then I put a guy back here. I can't even see where I put the markings. Oh yeah, right here. Okay, so he's back in the background. All right, we have our little ghost. Here's our little pumpkin. Okay. And then I wanted to put a witch in here so badly, but I wonder if it's gonna like, oh, maybe we should do one wearing a witch hat. Is that how we incorporate the witch? Which one gets it though? There's a lot going on this side, so maybe we should balance it. Over here. You guys can comment below. I know I've kind of asked this in the past. Are you watching a video because you like hanging out with the person? Or are you watching a video to like get to the end and see the results? Which one is it? Because in my opinion, I adore videos where you're just like hanging out with someone and it feels like, I don't know, they're kind of company. Or are you the type of person that just wants to like skip forward and see the result? I'm kind of curious about that sometimes because obviously you're not going to please everybody and what they like, but I would love to know. Okay, we're going to just go for it and put a little witch hat on this guy. Oh my gosh, that's stinking cute. Okay, then what else do we need? What else? Do we need some more pumpkins? Do we need one over here? Okay. I'm going to keep adding to this. I'm going to keep adding spooky things. And when I'm done, I'm going to come back, show you everything that I added, and then we'll start painting. All right, I think I pretty much have what I want. We did a couple little bats, spider web. Those were our ghost, pumpkins, tombstone. Maybe we'll do something else when we get started. Let's paint these guys in. Let's start adding like color, whatever. We're gonna figure it out. So let's just start with, I don't know, the ghost. Let's start with this little tiny bat up here. I'm not sure about him. We're gonna see. We're gonna paint him in first. We're gonna paint like his little body in. I feel like this wing is looking wild. Okay, so we're gonna just paint that little blob and we'll let him dry and then come back. I already hate him. I don't like him. Okay, let's see if this works. This is trial and error. I don't like him. Okay, we're gonna get rid of the paint. And then we're going to do like the trees over this guy, because this is a no for me. In fact, let's just take, so it can start to blot, you know, like dry. I'm not supposed to do dark. Let's do some green. And black. And get this guy off of here. This is not for me. I don't like his face. As soon as I painted him in, I was like, heck no. All right, we'll blend that out. That guy's not for me. The problem is he's so cute. And there's nothing wrong with cute. I love cute also, but that guy was just a little bit too cute. Let's kind of drag down this darkness because we were going to do that anyway, right? Let's darken this up. The texture to work on this is like so lovely. I know it's a canvas, but you would think that I'm going to get a something to sit down on, but you would think that it was like not going to pick the color up because it's already painted on and might have some type of sheen over it or something, but it just picks up so beautifully. Okay, so that's, guys, that's not a strong start. Let's do the spider web, right? We can't go wrong with the spider web. I need to make sure now that I can't see that you guys are still in frame. Okay, let's try the spider web. We're gonna just kind of follow the lines. We need to like I don't like it. This is what I mean by uninspired. So I also like to capture this because, you know, sometimes you're really hard on yourself and, kicking the camera. Okay. Sometimes you're very hard on yourself. So when I look back at this, I'm like, hey, that wasn't so bad. You know what I mean? And that's why I always say this, but you just learn a lot from doing this because you just do. I don't know. Maybe someone else can relate to that, but do we just blot out the... Let's add in some brown. Guys, the color is just melting out. Like, even if you're not gonna paint like one of these scenes, just try this on here. It's so nice. We're gonna get green. This brush might be like a little bit doing too much here. Okay, we're gonna blend that out a bit. This has like, I've said this, I've kind of described this, but this has such a beautiful, like, blendability. Stop it. This is so cool. All right, let's get rid of just everything I've drawn. So how about we start with the basics? Let's go to the ghost. That's what we're here for, guys. We're here for the ghost. So why don't we just start there? Okay. We're going to put this guy in. He's so cute. Yeah, you're on frame. I have to constantly check that because my favorite thing to ask is if you're in frame. For real, just look at this. That line, gone. So blendable. Okay, I'm gonna blend him out. This is another thing I'm also challenging myself with. I am a big brushed person. Like, I just slap stuff on the canvas normally and go with the flow. And this is very tedious and makes you, you know, pay attention. And so I love that challenge, because also not feeling creative in the first place and then pushing your boundaries and creating like outside of your box, I feel like helps you grow even more. Okay, this one's starting to dry and I can see. The line work. So we're gonna just try to blend that out a little more. Have you guys put your Halloween decorations up? Do you decorate? Are you a Halloween fan? Like, how big of a fan are you? Because I look forward to Halloween. We've already decorated. Did a graveyard in the front. And we've kind of been collecting pieces over the years for the graveyard. So I feel like this year's a really good year because we added some more tombstones. We added more bones and parts. And it was really exciting to do. It was pretty much an all-afternoon project. I still need to do the indoor decorations, which I am excited about those too. I got a new tablecloth this year and some fun garland. It's bats and it goes in your doorway, you know, and they're just little black bats and sparkly. They kind of look like a party decor almost, but I'm just going to put them up, you know, for the month, which by that I mean they'll last about 2 days in our house because all of our littles will just rip through them and they'll be barely hanging on. But I am excited to see them and like get a few photos before they become demolished. But we got that. And what else did we get this year? I love blending this black line out because I think it just adds like that highlight without having had to go back in. Okay. Oh, ghost-wise, I got new ghost garland. Have I been in frame this whole time? Okay, good. Look at that. I got new ghost garland. I want to say it lights up. I bought it from Aldi. And it is so stinking cute. I think it was like $4.99 at Aldi. Cannot beat that. There's way too much water on there. And I bought that. I'm excited to hang that up. And I think that was it for our new decorations, like indoor. But we decorated last weekend. It was a little early, but it kind of just worked for our schedule. Because what is today? Today's the 25th. This video will come out tomorrow. So our Halloween decorations will be up for like a week already. Maybe that's a little bit of like we're doing too much, but I love Halloween. I love spooky stuff. We honestly don't have to decorate like a ton because I've mentioned in past videos, we keep up a lot of spooky things year round. We permanently have a pumpkin that one of our littles made in the middle of our kitchen. It hangs up on the like light pole all year. Also a skeleton, which my husband hates because he's a very tall individual. So he will walk in and just get caught in the skeleton's legs. So that happens quite often. We have my littlest Halloween costume up all year. She was a witch her first year. She was actually in the NICU. So she was a witch, and these wonderful people who work for, they don't work for the NICU, they volunteer. They are other parents who have had, you know, premature babies, and they make holiday items for when you are stuck in the hospital during a holiday for your little one. And so we got a piece of paper. Our littlest was born 2 days before Halloween, so we almost had a Halloween baby. But we got to pick her costume out, and we chose a little witch. And they basically lay it on top of them because they're, you know, hooked up. Well, you might not know, but if you know anything about the NICU, they, you know, your little one's always hooked up to things, and you can't really dress them. So they lay these gorgeous handmade costumes over your baby, and you can get your photos and, you know, spend that time with them and whatnot. And it was such a like sentimental thing for me because, you know, we couldn't bring her home on Halloween, but there was somebody that was like out doing this for families that, you know, sometimes it's just those little tiny things that do it for you. Not little tiny, that sounds ridiculous. It was a very giant gesture. But that, my point is, stays up all year round because the thought of putting that away in a box and not looking at it forever makes me so sad. So that stays out year round. And, we just have a ton of spooky stuff, honestly. That's another question. Do you guys keep your Halloween stuff up? Oh, well, duh, this is great. How am I going to forget this? We have skeletons that stay on our porch. We are those people. So our skeletons stay up year round. And we dress them for each holiday. Speaking of dressing for holidays, they do stay up year round. I don't know how I almost forgot about them, but that is a thing, and I guess it's been going on. This is our 3rd year now, and our kids kind of talk about them like they're part of the family. Their names are Brad and Bryce. We just got Bert this year, so we have Brad, Bryce, and Bert. Bert is in the ground. When I was talking about new decorations, you know, we picked up new stuff for outside, but Bert was one of them, and he lives in the ground, whereas Brad and Bryce are on our porch. Brad was our first skeleton. He's been around since back, like he was a part of, you know, he got dressed for my oldest graduation. So like he's been around. And I was saying like our littles refer to them, you know, by name. Might be so strange for some people. It sounds strange saying it out loud. You know, I'm not oblivious to that. But it's just fun little things that I hope, you know, growing up, you know, when they talk to other people, they're like, hey, this is what we did or what we had. And, you know, they think those things were cool. Or they could grow up and be like, that was so strange. So I guess there's, you know, two ways that could go. We're going to paint this bat, which I'm scared. This guy's scaring me. Is he going to be awful? Do we want to paint this bat? No. Yeah. Let's just make him simple. We'll color him in. Look at that. Cute. I don't like their ears, I think. I don't know. They just look like little blobs to me. But maybe when you go in and define them, they look a little better. I don't know. Straighten him out a little. Let me get this brush. Oop. And do his ears, like cute. Okay, this just looks not cute. Okay, wait. Awful. Awful. Let's keep going though. Let's just see. I feel like his ears need sharpened out a little. Is that what the problem is? Or is it this guy? Let's go in and try to sharpen his ear, because we can always go back over him regardless if we don't like it. Well, I guess I need brown. I'm trying to check if I'm in frame. I'm in frame. Literally nothing's moved, guys. I just always check the camera because I cannot tell you how many times I have filmed and went back to look at the footage and there's no footage because I've been like on to the left. I've been to the left the whole time. What is happening? It's always so frustrating. So I am so weird about seeing if I'm in frame. All right, let's sharpen that ear up a little. And see if that's the issue. What do you guys do for Halloween? That's a fun question. Do you trick or treat? Do you hand out candy? Do you go to a party? What are your costumes this year? I am going to be a dark fairy. That's my idea. I have my blue hair right now, so it's just kind of like an easy thought to come up with, you know, like what has blue hair or could have blue hair and what can be dark. I'd like it to be, you know, like, I don't even know if I just said it, but a dark fairy. So I want to be in black. I want to have dark wings. I want to, like, I've looked at some, you know, little crown things and, you know, thought of like, should I make those? Should I order them? I don't know really yet. I'm going to look this weekend. I think my husband and I are going to go thrifting at some point, which I highly recommend that. I always recommend things here. I know I don't know anything and someone could just say like, hello, why do you keep saying things? But I just recommend things that are affordable. And I always talk about things that are affordable, like the prints from the Dollar Tree. You know, if you want art in your home and you don't have a giant budget, then the Dollar Tree is good. Like, that is a good place. So, same with Halloween costumes. In all reality, most people use them once. Though that's not something that happens here. Like, we have, you know, those out all year, like dress-up buckets, and I don't know, they wear them to the grocery store, whatever happens around here. But most people will wear them one time, and they're so expensive. Everything is so expensive. So if you can ever make your costume or buy it secondhand, you know, that's nothing to be like frowned upon. I think that is just as good. And I love watching videos where people make their costumes. I was in fact going to make my wings, and I did look up a ton of tutorials for them. I'm going to try to like create some type of like, looks like his wings are folded in, which that looks like not that, but I was going to create my wings, and I watched a ton of little like clips and ideas behind it, and it seems doable. I mean, there's really, you know, you take the wiring, you draw your idea out on cardboard, you know, maneuver the wiring and add your like, what's it called? It's like iridescent paper, you know, and you press it. But anyway, my point is I don't want to bore you guys with like a 5.5 hour video of me messing it up the whole time and just acting wild. So we're gonna probably buy like a set. Like I said, I was looking at ones that have these like really beautiful crowns, and I think that's the route. I also wanted something, oddly enough, that I was comfortable in. So if you buy like a longer dress, and then I was going to wear like combat boots, you know, for the night of trick-or-treating, and who doesn't want to wear those walking around? Like, that is the most comfortable thing you can put on your feet, I feel like. So that was kind of the plan too, is that I did want something cute, and I wanted something fun, but I don't want to be like uncomfortable all night. I admire people that can do that and just like wear the heels or oh my goodness, I saw this video the other day where I love Silent Hill. Is anybody else a Silent Hill fan? I have seen the movies, but you know, nothing beats, well, the second one's really good too, but the original is just what it is, you know. And the nurses in those movies get me every single time. I've read the backstories on them. I've read like why they created them in the manner that they did, you know, in the movie, because I just find them fascinating. Like, I wanted to know why they were so angry, you know, why the writer or, you know, director or whatever had created them the way that he had. And you guys, I'd highly recommend looking up the story behind that, because it's sad and very interesting. I'm not going to share it here in case I like butcher it, because someone could think differently, but I saw a tutorial on how to do the nurse face with you know, Halloween makeup and the bandages and such, and I admire whoever's going to do that amount of work on their face and walk around all night like that, because she looked absolutely gorgeous. Her face was literally closed shut, basically, except for one eye, and it just looked so cool. Maybe it was just for the video, you know, maybe that's not a costume she would have wore all night, but the amount of just like detail that she put into it was, oh, it was so cool. And I went around one year and saw so many Silent Hill costumes. We went like the night before trick-or-treating. Do you guys do the night before trick-or-treating? Does anybody have that like in their area? But we had went the night before, and there was a Silent Hill, oh my gosh, the guy has a name, I'm sure, but the one that drags the sledgehammer, you know, the guy that comes out in the dark. Somebody was him, and was literally dragging around this giant, you know, cosplay hammer, and I was just like losing it in my head, because this isn't like a star. this isn't the real like, this isn't a real thing, you know what I mean? But I'm just sitting there staring at this costume, like starstruck. That's not healthy, I'm sure. But it was so cool. I just love when people make their costumes or like go all out for it. I don't know, it's just so fun because you're just like who you are every single day, right? And we all go to work and we all do that stuff. But like Halloween, you just get to do what you want and go out or like dress up for whatever reason. It's just so cool. I've always loved Halloween. Now, do we give these people, or not people, do we give these ghost faces or do we leave them? Also, I kind of want to get rid of this like harshness in the guy. Do we give them faces or do we keep them like, oh, I have orange on my brush still. That's not good. Do we give them faces or do we let them just look spooky? I don't know. I don't know. Let's drag this line out. Anyway, if you guys ever want to talk about Halloween, I'll talk about Halloween all day. Or like cool costumes you guys have had in the past, or like any pictures of them or stuff. I would love to know about it. My oldest last year, no, it wasn't last year, it was the year before, was Terrifier. And one year she was Jack Skellington. I love years like that I get to do like the face makeup for them. And it was so fun to make art. I mean, he is just like his own vibe to begin with, but to like recreate him on your own child is really cool. And we did like, you know, a side by side of what you know, she come out looking like and the original, and I was pretty proud of it. And then the year she was Jack Skellington, I was also super proud of that costume because I did all the makeup and it was so fun. And she looked awesome. Those Halloweens are so crazy. So like at that time I worked outside of the house, you know, so I would work all, you know, out during the day. And then when you have costumes like that, you have to take the time to put the makeup and stuff on them. And so I would get home and like I just remember the sheer panic to like get everything done, you know, before the trick or treat, because you don't want them to miss it any trick or treating. So you got to be fast, but you also have to make it look so cool. But I really like doing the makeup. One year my littlest was Minnie Mouse and I did, you know, like her little makeup. And then my middle one was actually a ghost last year. And I did like cutesy, like ghost face makeup, you know. And it's just so fun. Alright, I'm gonna go in. I don't know if I should like split this. I wonder if I'm boring you guys. Because it's kind of just like a paint with me video. So isn't that boring? If you wanted, you know, if you clicked on it, you probably want to watch somebody paint. Okay, let's do, darken this up a little. There's probably like a little bit too much water there. There we go. Supposed to be making this more fall-like. But I'm just trying to balance out the darkness that I put in on that corner. Maybe we'll go in and add some leaves in there. Leaves. Okay, I need that to dry down before I keep smacking water all over it. Oh, we could do the tombstone. We completely passed up the tombstone. I guess I was just avoiding it. Okay, now is where we need this like gray. There we go. Okay. Just have one random tombstone here. Maybe we can put a little spider on that guy on the top here, or like on the tomb. Well, let's put some spiders, like, we gotta have spiders, right? Does that look like that is awful? Stop it. That's the worst. Okay, let's try that again. Let's do this brush. I feel like the bristles keep separating on this one. Okay. Now we just need to do like, no. No. Do you guys ever do that? So you have something in your head and then you try to put it on to paper and you're not okay. Also, do we hate the bat or do we love the bat? I have not decided. I don't know which one it is. I don't know. I cannot tell if I like him. But I also need to wait until I can like highlight him a little bit because he does look like a blob right now. Okay. Now let's try to sharpen up. I don't know, I don't think I like him. I like the little witch hat after all, I do. Definitely need to make it sharper though. I think I like them without faces. Maybe we should give the pumpkins faces. Trying to give the pumpkins faces. Okay, I'm gonna go off camera because I kind of want to like take a step back from it, let things dry, and then figure out where I want to go with this. So I will see you guys back in a little bit. Guys, I did it. This is exactly what I mean when I say this channel is just such a helpful outlet. So I've been sitting here for, I don't know, like another hour or so, and just adding the details, going in and layering, you know, creating like the depth again from adding. And I am just looking at this and I'm like, I did it. You know what I mean? It's such a way to get out of your head if you guys happen to be struggling with the same thing. So I did a darker, you know, take on the trees. I created the like fall flowers, which there were some there to begin with. I just added a lot of different texture to them. I did the little pumpkins and kind of made like a little leeway so that tombstone didn't look like it was just floating on nothing. So there's like a little pathway that comes out further from what was created before. I thought the ghosts look a little unbalanced, so I had the witch hat, added little devil ears, and then gave this one a face, and I feel like it balanced it out very well. I also, let's talk about the elephant in the room, covered the bat. I did hate the bat, could not unsee how awful it was. So I covered that, created, you know, a darker trunk. And I am so happy with this. I'm going to stop messing with it. Who knows, when it dries in time, I might go back and add, you know, like some more sharpness or something. But in all reality, I'm tired of messing with it at all now. But I did it. And if you sat here with me and did, you know, watch the video, maybe you're creating at the same time, that's amazing. And I am so happy that you were here. So I will see you on the next video for starting spooky month. Also, there was a hint in the beginning of this video as to what my next video will be, and I'm so excited for it. I've been waiting patiently to create this video because I've now had it for a couple weeks. So comment below if you know what it's going to be, because that's pretty fun. But once again, thank you so much for being here. I'll see you on next week's video.